Welcome back, guys. So last video we made the home screen and the register screen, I believe. What we'll do now is create our create screen. So the create screen, I've kept it simple. Just copy paste the register screen. Call this create screen. You can also, I forgot to actually rename the button here. Let's rename this to add item, or we can do add to do, might be better. And then that'll take us to the create screen. So here let's rename register to create to do. Let's ungroup all of these real quick. Go ahead and delete the password field, and let's bring these two up, keeping about 30 gap from the email field, and rename the email field to do on the title, and the placeholder to enter a to do. Great. And then let's go ahead and just regroup these, and let's just center it vertically and horizontally, and that's our create screen. So we've got our 5 screens. Let's just double check, because as you can see I keep forgetting to rename the button. So rename create, or rename register to create, and let's keep back as it is. Yep, great. So let's now use something in Adobe called prototype. What this will do is allow us to interact with each of the screens, so we can kind of see how it looks and what it's meant to do. So in the design side we can see how it looks, and in the prototype side we can kind of imagine what each component should actually do. So the splash screen obviously should load for only a few seconds ideally. If it takes longer than that, there may have been an error, or there's just a lot of data to load. So in our case, let's go ahead and select the entire screen. Make sure it's the entire screen, so not the individual component. And click that and drag the arrow to the login screen. And at the top on the right, it says a trigger. At the moment, it's tap. So what tap means is when I click play and I tap this screen, it's going to load. However, it's a splash screen. We don't want users to tap it. We want them to just wait. So let's click time on the trigger, and let's give it a delay of about 3 seconds. And if we now click play, after 3 seconds, it'll load the login screen. Maybe 3 seconds is a bit too long. Let's do 2 seconds. And then in the login screen, instead of clicking the whole screen, double click the login screen, so make sure only the login button is highlighted, and drag that to the home screen. Now do the same for register screen. So click the register screen and drag the arrow to the register screen, and then on the register screen click the back button and drag the arrow to login screen. The register button, drag that to the home screen, and in the home screen click the logout icon here and drag that to the login screen, and then click the add to do button and drag that arrow to the create screen. And on the create side, at the moment it's not going to do anything. What we can do is click go to the back one, click there. Maybe what we can do is, once we've hit create for the time being, I'll just go back to my to-dos. Now that we've got all that, we can start prototyping and kind of see what each component is going to do. So I think the splash screen loaded, right? Didn't even check. Yeah, splash screen loaded. That was great. 2 seconds. So we can enter our email, password, click, or I guess make an account first. So click register, then that. We can go back, we can log in, we can log out. If we go to the register screen, if we click register, it takes us to the home screen. Clicking these items doesn't do anything. Delete at the moment doesn't do anything, but of course in the code we'll code that. And if we click add to do, it'll take us to the create to do screen. Clicking create takes us back. Clicking back takes us back as well. So that's essentially the entire app. And the good thing about this is you can also share this. So we can do create link, and that should create a link to which we can send to other people to test. So maybe if we're making an app for a client, and we want them to quickly review the design, they can click on this link and they can actually go through it themselves, and they might think, hang on, there's a few things missing, send you back the information, and then you can quickly add it. And the really good thing about this is it's very quick at prototyping, right? Because you don't, when you actually program stuff, it could take you an hour to just make that text input, but it took us literally less than 10 minutes. I mean, even let's say less than 5 minutes if you do it very quickly. So here, if you click login, yeah, it took us to login. Click log out, register, took us to the register screen, back, login, add to do, create, add to do, back. And now I guess if they click home, it'll take us back to the splash screen. Screen will time, send us to the login screen. And then here, if we've got stuff to say, we can make a comment. Hey, you forgot to make the delete button work. And then we could reply back saying, we understand the logic behind it. We'll make it work in the code rather than design. And then we can just send that, assuming, you know, that's kind of client relationship, customer client relationship. So that is the design side. The next few videos will be actually developing the application in React Native and kind of showing you the ropes behind it, and we'll also make a server and then kind of interact with the client server architecture. So I'll see you guys in the next videos.